Phoenix and
Phoenix and the Clippers.
Clips.
Oh man, I think it's over with. Kawhi got a sore knee. It's over with, bro.
Don't think it's over with. I think I'm gonna go with what I said. Suns still in 6, but I don't think it's over. I think me personally, I think Kawhi. I'm not gonna say he low managed, but I do think playing all the minutes that
Bro
did
played
kind of
48
messed
minutes and
up
got
his
a
knee. I
sore
guess
knee.
that's 40 something minutes.
He has no
That's
ACL
a
left,
lot of
bro.
minutes.
It's done for.
That's a lot of minutes. So, but I think they probably will lose this game tonight. But if Kawhi comes back, I think they'll tie the series up. Like I said it before the game on Sunday. I said if the Suns control the rebounds and if they play some defense, they win the game. That's what they did in game 2. But their bench is not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good at all, and that's the difference. Suns bench is garbage, but the Clippers bench is good. And Westbrook has been playing good. He has. He's been playing really good defense. Playing some really good defense on KD, uh, Chris Paul to an extent. But it's really just gonna come down to well, tonight I have the Suns winning. I don't think with no Kawhi. If Kawhi was playing, I think it would have been a real close game, and they probably could have won. But for tonight, I'm gonna just say Suns. But they have to control the rebounds. And DeAndre Ayton has to play better. He has to play good. Chris Paul played better. He played better last game, but man, he was garbage that first game. He was trash. You can't give me 7 points. You just can't. I need you to at least give me 14, at least that. And that's what happened last game. He gave 16. DeAndre Ayton played better. I think he had a double double that game, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to control the rebounds. KD has to get more of the rebounds. Devin Booker and KD, they're out there to score and facilitate. But they said campaign might come back, so now they don't have Chris Paul out there playing all the minutes because Chris
Hey,
Paul 30 what is he 38, and he out there playing 39 minutes. You don't
crazy.
want Chris
Chris
Paul like
Paul
that.
older than
You
older than
you don't want
Kawhi
him
and can
playing
play
all the
more
minutes.
minutes in back-to-back games.
You don't
Yeah.
want Chris Paul to play all the minutes. So I like I said, I'm still going with Suns in 6. Could it go 7? Yeah, it could. But for now, I'm gonna say Suns win this game, and then they'll Clippers if Kawhi plays,
I
they'll
don't like
win.
the look
They'll
of
win
this.
game 7.
Honestly, this is the same. This is the same thing that happens every year. Kawhi, oh, it's just a sore knee. Oh, it's an X-ray. Oh, something came back this. Oh, he has to miss this. He could come back game 6, game 7. He probably messed something up again. It's the same narrative every year. I hope he's healthy and fine. And it's just, but if it typically when Kawhi has to miss time during a playoff in a situation where they need the win, it's usually something bigger going on than what they want to reveal at the time to the fans. I'm not gonna act like I haven't seen this the past 2 years with it. Honestly, I don't see how they pull off a win anymore. First, it was already hard enough. It was hard enough without Paul George. Now I'm supposed to believe that it can still go like 7-6 without them. And Westbrook, I seen what Westbrook can do in the playoffs by itself. I don't see it honestly, and honestly, the Clippers have a short time frame. They have a short window time frame. I don't see Stephen Ballmer giving him more time. He already made the comments like next year is gonna be the last year seeing all this and doing all this, and we have to think about the organization moving forward. I don't think the Suns are in a super rush to winning all this year. I think if they don't win this year, no one is upset. They just got together. They just when things click yesterday, like we seen, when things click with the Suns, they're better. What Fabio Foreign say? They know them better. That's what it looked like with them. They're better.
Real real quick
Very
though, but
glad.
real quick, they got to
Who?
at least go to the conference finals.
Why?
Came the Suns. You got to at
Why?
least go there. What you mean? Why? You Because they formed this team together. When you have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you and Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, you have to at least go to the conference. I said it when the trade first happened on the podcast. I said they don't have to. I said this is the year they give them a pass, but after that they have to go like far. You can't
No.
get bounced in the second though or the first round. What you mean? Why not? I just said it.
All right, they
So
were
you think if they get bounced in
forming
the first?
together,
Wait a minute.
put
So you
them
think if they
instantly
get
as the
bounced in the
favorites,
first?
though.
So you think if they get bounced in the first round, we just gonna say, yeah, they just
I don't
lost.
think. I think. I
Or
think
you think that?
personally, if they get bounced in the first or second round or even third, I think honestly, I say, well, they didn't have a bench. They still have plenty of time left on contracts, keeping these guys. This is, trying to look at it as a basketball mind. I'm not upset if they lose. I'm like, well, it's hard to win a basketball series with only just four guys. It's a 15 spot roster.
That ain't
Honestly,
chemistry. You can't blame
I'm
that on
not looking at
chemistry.
him like, damn, they got to do this. I'm looking at it realistic. I'm like, well, they don't have a true six man. They don't have a bench. They have no DeAndre Ayton is their only true presence. Torian Craig is like he's good, but he's not really going to be the answer. They need a true Norman Powell. They need, and I'm looking at the series like, well, they still have a longer window to build around such strong pieces. I'm not looking at it as like, damn, it's a failure. I'm looking at it like KD came at the trade deadline, only played 4 games with them. They lost a lot of that depth. I'm gonna look at it realistically versus looking at the Clippers. I'm looking at it more like you guys have been together this long. It's been this many things happening. The battle with LA, you guys always win battle with LA during the season. I think you guys owe your guys at least get to the finals. I think the Suns have so much longer to do more. I'm not looking at them at a trade deadline with 4 games like, damn, it's garbage. Get them out of there. I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's basketball. No.
No one's saying get rid of them, but it's a failure if you lose to the first
It's a
round
failure.
with no Paul
It's a I
George.
don't see how
Now,
it's a failure.
yeah, it's a failure for this season.
Won't be fun.
Yes, yes,
Right,
it
so you wouldn't be able
is.
to say the same
When
thing.
you have when you have all those players on one team, if LeBron gets traded and goes to a team and he loses in the first round, they kill him.
It's very
That's facts.
different.
They kill him.
There is no
But
player
KD
like
always gets
LeBron
these
in the
passes.
past. It's very different
It
with LeBron.
doesn't. So,
It's very different with LeBron. KD got a
but KD gets a
KD
pass.
KD has a different reputation than LeBron. KD has a different reputation than Steph. If Steph loses in the first round, Steph lost in the finals 3-1. And Steph gets no recoil back from that. Draymond get more smoke for getting suspended in the finals than Steph do. LeBron gets killed for being 24 years old and forming up with Miami to get past the Celtics. Kevin Durant gets smoked for joining a team and being the best player on it and getting the finals MVP. It's very different narratives and everything that come into it. I cannot be like, dang man, it's KD, it's Book, it's Paul, it's Aiden. I can't see me giving them smoke for that. I'm like, man, well, they gave up a lot. They gave up a lot. I don't. That's not how I'm going into it. I'm not killing them
Well,
for that.
how you name all them
I'm not giving them.
segments and
I'm
say
not
they
giving
don't
them
get no
smoke for
smoke?
losing when they just formed a team.
If they lose, if they would lose in the conference finals, I would be like, okay. But this is
They're
the
not losing.
first round,
They're not losing in the
and you
first
lose
round.
it to Kawhi
Yeah.
Leonard. I'm just saying, though.
Mm.
I'm just saying. If they lose to Kawhi Leonard and Westbrook and no Paul George, now if say Paul George plays the whole series, I think they'd still give the Suns the favorites, honestly, even if Paul George was playing. But it's more even out. But if
Mm-hmm.
you lose in the first round to just Kawhi and Westbrook, you're gonna say it's a failure.
I'm not gonna say it, but let me ask you this:
It
what was your
is.
expectations for the Clippers this year?
I say to at least reach their finals
If they get
because they're a
eliminated in the
championship
first
team.
round, what do you?
No pass. Not
No,
they
no,
get a pass
you.
because they're gonna say Paul George got hurt. Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing
What do
because Paul
you?
George got
So
hurt.
you're gonna say nothing because Paul George got hurt?
Yeah, because their second best player got hurt. The Suns are at full strength, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Are they not?
They got their roster. They got their
No, they
roster.
are. They are at
They
full
got their
strength.
full
They're at
roster.
full
Yeah.
strength. They're at full strength. They're at full strength. If KD, Booker, Paul, and Aiden out there, and Torrey Craig, I guess,
I can't.
they at full
I,
strength.
I
Basically,
get it, but I'm just trying to see
I'm
how
just
like injuries are a part of the game. Injuries are a part of the game. Being healthy and being available is a part of the game. I can't see like this is. I could see if this was the first time we seen this Clippers roster be depleted from injuries, but this isn't the first time, and I think they still got. Honestly, even just what you saying, like they could still win a series. They have enough pieces coming off the bench to still win a few more games this series, right? The Clippers.
Who?
They still got yeah.
Yeah, I
So
said they
so if
win.
the
Yeah,
Clippers
they'll
still
win
got enough,
another
even
game.
with they still
Yeah,
got enough pieces coming off the bench to win another.
but
So it's just like with me. I get it. You're losing Paul George, the closest thing possible to not being a superstar. But I don't think that's enough to give them a pass.
but
They
why does KD and
because
them
to
get a
me the
pass though?
regular
I don't get
season
that.
matters. I value the 82 games and building through that and teams meshing together. I value that. I don't think it's fair to be like, dang, you got and how many games did they play together before the playoffs? That's not enough.
They play eight
That's not
games,
enough.
10
That's not
games these
enough. That's
playoffs.
not enough.
Yeah, but yeah, I get that. I get that part. But now you're in the playoffs and you're all healthy. Scratch what them 8 regular season games now. You're in the playoffs. You're healthy now. So if you lose at full strength in the first round,
I don't
they're
think
gonna say it's a failure. And I'm gonna say it's a failure too. Now, if you lose, now okay, in the second round, they're gonna face the Nuggets if they advance. If you lose in the second round, I'm gonna say, you know what? They played a more even team,
who
a better team than the Clippers. And I'll say, okay, they just played a good team. But the Clippers would know, and you say Kawhi, he probably there's a chance if it's is bigger than just a sprained knee and he comes back and come on, bro, you can't give them a pass just because they only play 8 games. Like I said, we gotta scratch that. We gotta go now. If this goes to 6 and somehow they lose, I can't roll with that. Now conference finals, I'm good if you lose there because you're gonna probably face Kings, Warriors, Lakers, or Grizzlies. Honestly, they better than all of them, if we're being honest. So they should beat them. Let's just say they go there. They better than all of them.
yeah.
They better than all of them. So if that happens, hypothetically, if that happens, they should win. But if somehow if they lose in conference finals, I'm gonna just say, you know what? They just lost in conference finals. They at least got it. They at least got it. It's just the same with like the 76ers. I said they at least gotta go to the conference finals. If they lose in the conference finals to the Bucks, you're just gonna be like, shit, the Bucks was just better. They're just better. They just lost to a better team. You ain't gonna kill them for not going there because they had to go through the Bucks. They just let's just say they beat the Celtics or something. They just had to go through the Celtics. You ain't gonna give them that, but lose in the first round, it's like the same thing. If somehow the Bucks lose, even if Giannis doesn't play, they're still better than the Heat. They're still better than them. If Giannis lose, if Giannis doesn't play this first round and they lose, it's a failure. I don't want to hear nobody say, "Well, Giannis ain't play." No, because Tyler Hero is gone, and you lose
Tyler
to the Heat,
Hero, the so
failure.
losing
It's a
Tyler
failure.
Hero evens things out with the Bucks losing Giannis.
I wouldn't say. Actually, you know what? Charles Barkley said that last night, and he said that Tyler Hero is more of a loss than Giannis. And they was laughing, and Shaq and Kenny was laughing at him about that. And I was like, I get what you're saying, Chuck, because Tyler Hero
Hmm.
is basically their second best player, and they don't have no depth. If Giannis misses a game, you at least could go to Pat Connaughton. He played good the other day. Joe Ingles, he played good the other day. Javon Carter, he played good the other day. They at least have them 3 bench players are
Mm-hmm.
better than all the bench players on the Heat. They're all better than them. So they can at least they can sustain Giannis missing, say, another game, and they'll be fine. But if Mitch and Tyler Hero, your second or third best player, whatever one you call it, oh, that's a blow. Because
So
where the offense gonna
to
come from?
answer the question, you're saying the Heat losing Tyler Hero and the Bucks losing Giannis makes it even.
Um, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
Okay, it doesn't make it even.
say no.
So I think in all.
Because the Bucks are still better than the Heat. They're still better than them, even with no
Okay.
Giannis. They're better. Now, if Tyler Hero was there and let's say Giannis was gone, oh, I think it's more even because Giannis is like that. He jumps them up from being like
A
50%
true
to all the way
superstar,
to 120.
a consistent superstar.
Yeah. So But Tyler
I would
Hero is a
agree.
big loss
I
for
would say
them.
he's a big loss too. I
That's
would
the
say he's
truth.
definitely a big loss. I don't think it makes it even losing Giannis and Tyler Hero, but I do understand Tyler Hero. He is their best offensive player. Honestly, I would say he's their best offensive player. Jimmy is their best player, but Tyler Hero is the best offensive player they have. I think in a hypothetical, if the Suns lose to the Clippers, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. But I think though, I think it's different ramifications. If the Clippers lose in the first round, and let's say they do lose Kawhi and Paul George, I think it's bigger ramifications for the Clippers because I think the organization is upset with the constant injuries and their superstars not being available. Just like what the fans would be upset about, dang, we never get to see them play and hoop. I think if the Suns lose in the first round, I think the blame just it goes on KD. KD gets killed and crucified, and he goes to Twitter. I only play woo with them. I think the Chris Paul jokes come, the no ring jokes come. But I think actually, when it come down to like consequences, I think the Clippers are going to face way more consequences. If I don't know, I don't know, Kawhi,
I I would actually agree with that, but you said basically that if they lose, it's not. It's like they just lost.
yeah,
It's just it is what it is.
how is it
But
not
that's
true?
not true though. You gotta say when you have all these players and you lose in the first round. This
Mm-hmm.
is the first round, bruh. This is first. Second round, eh? Conference finals, okay, I give it to you. Finals, you know what? It's the finals. These are the two best teams in the league right now. Okay, fine by me. But the first round, that's a failure. But I do agree that if there will be ramifications if say the Clippers lose, but they are going to say, you know, we just didn't have if that's just if Kawhi, I hope he plays, but if he doesn't play the rest of the series, they're gonna say our two best players ain't play. It is what it is. And we are tired of all these players being injured. Our two best players hurt every year. But to say that the Suns losing the first round is it's not that big of a deal. It's a big
Yeah,
deal, bro.
I think
It's
it's
a
an
big deal.
opinionated it's an opinionated topic, and it's okay to disagree.
That's just like with LeBron. If they lose in the first round, it's a big deal, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I think
it's going
honestly
to
it's
be
an
a big
opinionated
deal.
topic, and we have different takes and opinions on it. I get what you're saying. It's a big deal for you. For me, I don't see it like that. I think the fan base is gonna. I think plenty. I think the fan base would be split
No,
upon
they're
multiple
not.
things about it like that.
No, they're not.
I don't
They're
think.
not gonna. They're
I
gonna be
honestly, I
pissed.
don't think there's ever been anything that sports fans have like unanimously agreed upon.
So, so when they brought in
I
KD,
think the goal was to win a
what was
chip.
the goal? So if they don't win it, so if they get bounced
No,
in the
it's
first
unfair.
round, is it a failure or not? But you just said that their goal is to win the
No,
chip, and if you don't win the chip, isn't it a failure? So how is that not? So if
yeah,
you
it's
don't win the
still a
chip, it's
goal.
not
It's
failure.
not a
But that's the
failure.
goal, right? If my goal is to be in first place in like a Call of Duty, and if I come in like fourth,
That's Call of
I
Duty. Yeah, you
failed,
fail.
right? But Call of
I
Duty,
think
I failed.
I
Okay.
think the difference between what you're thinking
Okay.
about is like Call of Duty is short stints, but with the Suns, their window is not. They don't have KD for a rental. Unlike the Mavs with Kyrie Irving or Toronto with Kawhi Leonard, this isn't a 1 year rental with Kevin Durant. How long do they have Kevin Durant? So how long do they have Kevin Durant?
They have him.
So
They
how
have
long is the
him. They
window
have
open
him for
for?
3 years.
And wait,
The
I
window
got
is
more to
open for
say.
3 years.
So,
But
so, so with the
go ahead.
window
Yeah,
being
go
open
ahead.
for
Go ahead.
three,
Go ahead.
they still have this year and they still have the 3 years continuing. So, if they win a ring, if they win a championship within the time with Kevin Durant, that's success, right? Yeah. Okay. So,
For
I
them, it
think it's
is.
different when you say like to for them to exceed. I think even the first year with LeBron James and Miami Heat, they didn't win a ring that first year. I don't think people called it a failure because they went back and how many rings did he win with Miami?
But you gotta say it's a
No one called
failure
it a
for that
failure.
year,
But no one
though.
called it
Yes,
that.
it. If yes, they did. They failed.
No, no,
No, they
you
failed that first
no. And you
year.
know what they said?
You lost to the
What did
Mavericks.
people say?
They lost
And
to the
what did
Mavericks.
people say? It was it was split. It was split.
They
Some
should
people
have
were
beaten
saying
them.
no, it wasn't a failure because your first year together with everybody, y'all got to the finals. That's not easy to do. And then you had some people saying it was a failure. You had some people saying they got there. You had some people saying the window wasn't closed because they still got all these years left. And that's just all I'm saying. That it's an opinionated and it will be split. I'm putting myself right here, and I'm not saying all these other narratives wouldn't happen and exist because that's just how sports work. It's a divisive topic. No one agrees.
They got
They got
Kevin
Kevin
Durant this year to
Durant
win
to
the
win a
championship.
championship within 4 years.
To win a championship. They got him to win. When you bring in Kevin Durant,
It's to
your
win a
goal is to win the
championship
championship
within
that
the
year.
time that he's
My goal
contracted
isn't
there.
no, but when you acquire a player of
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant's magnitude, they
Yeah, they
are
are
the
the favorites.
favorites for a reason. If that was the
Yeah,
case, they
exactly.
wouldn't be the favorites. Why does
Because
every
they're the better
sports
team,
book
right?
have them as the favorites? They're this they're this good team, so they should get
So
they're
in three
expecting them to
months,
win the
when you look
championship
back
this
and you
year.
be like, when it's all said and done, just like you said coming in with the beginning of the season with John Wall on the Clippers and all the depth and all the players, you said on paper they're the best team. Does the best team always win? Does the best team on paper always win, or does it always come down to you just need these type of people? You need these players. I think it's the same thing with that. I think it's the same thing. I try to keep sports in hindsight. That's all it is. We just simply agree. I respect your point. You're in this lane with it. It's a failure. I'm with you. I don't think it's a failure until it's all said and done.
Not when you have not when you have Kevin Durant, brother. Not when you have
Yeah, it
him,
is what it
especially
is.
what you gave up. Nah.
That's all I